Greetings everyone, it's Mari back with another commentary speed paint video. Trust me, I'm getting better at these intros, don't worry. So this is one of those art pieces I worked on a long time ago, which I did the sketching and line art at around April this year. That was roughly the beginning of the pandemic that we are currently in today, and I think it was also around the time that I got my hands on my current iPad. So I guess you could say that this was my original Procreate test drawing, but it unfortunately pushed back. Until recently. I finally finished it after abandoning this for so long because of many reasons. This is the fan art that I wanted to dive deep into after watching the Kyoto Mix livestream back in 2019. Off the Hook dressed up in their Octo expansion outfits in the Nintendo Switch color scheme, while the Squid Sisters dressed up with the additional Nintendo Famicom colors. Oh, it was amazing. But for the sake of all things fresh and cool, I wanted to go with Pearl from Off the Hook, because look at her. She's so cool with the original red and blue Joy-Con colors with the sleek black, giving her this almost edgy look contrasting to her usual white and pink color scheme. And fun fact, Pearl was my least favorite character out of the iconic duo. Always has been a Marina stan. However, this makes a full exception because of cool. A few things that I took note of commenting on what is happening here are some tweaks to clean up some of the rough, or in this case, squiggly edges and lines. I also tried to not make everything appear disproportional, such as Pearl's jawline and her big boy silver chain. That was something I cannot fix after looking over the footage. I would also address the hoodie logic that was happening there for you to kind of ignore. I know Pearl wears her hood over quite half-ass, and for some reason I just did not click until I started coloring her hoodie, and that was where I had to fix it. One of the best parts of working on Pearl is the rendering of her crown, because it looks glossy but sleek besides everything else. However, I liked how some of the shadings turned out. Initially, her crown was left as two-dimensional, but something tells me that I could not just leave it as it is. So I made it 3D to give it more depth. And speaking of more in-depth, I added more details on her mouth area, such as like shading and all, and blending and all that, because it would feel like a sin if I didn't do anything about it. Oh, and that's gonna be the overall theme of this video. It's literally me saying depth and dimension quite a lot, and quite frequently too. So anyway, you may have noticed that I had the references out in the beginning half of the speed paint, and was ready to plot colors from there, but I eventually removed them in the finishing half. That was simply because of the new Procreate update that allows you to pull up the references tab and upload your reference images to plot colors in, and is always ready for you anytime. Let's talk about that for a quick moment. What I like about the reference tab feature is you can still plot your colors with the usual eyedropper tool, and that you can also move around your reference tab to make everything convenient for you. One thing that I thought is missing is the ability to import multiple reference photos to switch back to back however you want. Although it is just my opinion at the time recording this, and I maybe just couldn't have learned it yet because I am a big dummy. I usually am not proud of shading and highlighting clothes, especially the sleeves, but in this one, it didn't turn out so bad after all. I also like how I did Pearl's hair, even though I could have put more spots on the bottom of her tentacle hair, but I am satisfied with how they turned out. And you'll see as we look into this footage together. Now we're at the part where I had to explain the final touches of the piece with the background there. So for the background, I used a nude color for the bright hues to pop, such as the pink and green. Then I'm about to do the splatter stuff, because it is Splatoon 2's default competing colors, like how the first game was orange and blue. It's two very contrasting colors, but they mend together in a way that is just beautiful. Speaking of blue, I wrote Pearl's name in blue because it would stand out in her already red and blue attire. And that seems to be everything I wanted to discuss. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you all for watching.